Namaste. This is Maya Tiwari with an episode of Women's Power to Heal Mother Earth. Continuing with the topic of the mother wound in men, today I will talk to some of the solutions that we must find within our individual communities in order to heal this deep, primordial wounding in humanity. The face of pain has no religion. In the 35 years I have played in the world's arena, embracing and helping my fellow human beings, I became attuned to the vibrations of pain. It is an ever-generating grief armored with missile incisiveness, meaning the incisiveness of a missile, that can pervade its surroundings for days on end. I have always resonated with the vibration, having lived most of my years in the aftermath of traumas, ravishes, and ashes. Pain has no religion, no culture, no boundary or gender. Each and every one experiences it. It rises us above the mundane existence of culture, race, and gender. In the case of the mother wound, each and every human person is living with varying degrees of wounding, marked by loss, grief, angst, violence, or injustice. Men express these woundings differently from women, and amongst men, each individual expresses or hides his pain in a similar and dissimilar ways. First, though, before we can explore the practice to heal the mother wound in our men, let us explore the anatomy of the mother wound in all of humanity, men, women, and children. The mother wound is experienced by all of humanity through one common filter, and that filter is betrayal. This small word has the capacity to hold 1,000,000 untoward fang-like tentacles. Among them are deceit, trumpery, skullduggery, dishonesty, vandalism, violence, psychic toxicity, poisoning, and other injustices. All of our ancestries are bedaubed by this squashy clag. These tenacious traits tend to be demonstrated in overt and covert ways, depending on individual bearing, culture, and occupation. It matters not if we are cloistered in an ashram, a monastery, or living in the wide world. In fact, it became very clear to me while I was on my monastic journey that it is even more challenging to find inner peace in a sequestered environment unless we are consciously there to come to terms with our clag of wounds. It is easier to earn lessons or forgive those who ferry these difficulties to us, when truth be told. However painful or shocking they may be, in any situation, it is more difficult to learn anything noble or humane or forgive when lies, deceit, violence are perpetuated. We all know that change comes from within ourselves. We must be prepared to journey to the depths and explore the abyss of darkness where this heap of clags lives. One of the most relevant reasons people do not heal is not necessarily from their lack of willingness to heal, but rather the lack of qualified mentors who are truly needed to walk another soul through their dark terrain. Our parents can't do it. They're going through their own odysseys of dysfunction and disharmony, and the largest of memories that they carry, many good, but the mother wound persists. Our partners and spouses can't do it. Our children can't do it. Grandparents can try and often do, but our therapists can't do it. They're simply not trained to do so. They do not understand the ancestral wounding, the mother wound, the endless lineages that go from generation to generation, imprinted within the cellular memories of our own beingness. Our spiritual leaders and gurus also can't do it, because most are imprisoned inside of their own mother wound, since the opportunities to voice or air such conditions exponentially decreases as notoriety increases. And since everyone carries the mother wound, this becomes a most challenging path to create so that we can all penetrate and heal these wounds. Community leaders also can't do it because we've eliminated both our communal societies along with our elders. So where are we at? How are we going to heal the mother wound? In this case, how are men going to heal the mother wound? Well, first off, crones and elders. Let me define what I mean by crones and elders. These are the noble spirit in a community that carry the wisdom of the tradition that they live. They give of themselves to the earth and always sacrificing for the benefit of their community and the larger benefit of humanity. Who are they? Well, we don't recognize them because we have delegated them to oblivion, to the wards of senility. We've disparaged our native stewards and stewardesses and annihilated the ideology of the wisdom carrier. According to a New York Post article, more than 25% of our elderly population in the United States alone are facing poverty, food insecurity, unstable housing situations, along with conditions like social isolation and mental health disabilities, which all contribute to the higher rate of chronic illnesses among our elderly population, among our potential wisdom carriers. We sacrifice the wisdom of our elder population because of the way we have set up their lives so that at the end of it, we can no longer reap the benefits from them. The first step to a solution then to heal mother wound is in both our ability to begin garnering, pulling together small circles of our own community elders and wisdom carriers. We must recognize, first off, who they are. Setting up simple little spaces for charitable services for both men and women to face their personal wounds in the embrace of each other, the like-spirited souls. Spaces where we can let our heart break wide open. We must find a spaciousness around and within that imbues a sense of trust, where we can be held and loved and supported in that space, without intruding on each other's personal privacies. It is imperative that we immerse ourselves in environments that are loving and supportive, and it doesn't cost anything to do so. We must open ourselves in these environments and let each other be our mirror so that we are not let off the hook with our own self-deceits and shroudings and veils and masks. We're there to explore our broken parts. I have lived the blessing of the broken, and I can assure you that when we are real with our broken pieces, we can heal back in a very different format that is much more conscious, much more filled with awareness, and much less mother wounding. Another understanding to heal the mother wound in men, which is my topic in this episode, is men and women must work together as a unit to heal. We must create safe spaces so we can undo the erroneous behaviors and patterns and belief systems that we have learned. We create these blameless spaces where both men and women are present. It is essential that we help each other. Women must help men to recover. Men must help women to recover. Our culture glorifies wars and victories, but vilifies our broken soldiers and our discombobulated warriors. We isolate the wisdom carriers and deprecate citizens who are in grief, pain, disease, or those who adhere to different moral or societal mores. It is called the mother wound because women are the carriers of this condition, and we cannot omit them from the solution. Fostering the circle of women, an infinite friendship based on our endurance as women, is what the Shakti power is all about, and that must be core to the healing of the wounds that men carry. It cannot be eliminated from that healing. Reclaiming Shakti power is core to the healing of the woman. It's core to the healing of her mother wound, and it is core to the healing of the mother wound in men and our children. As long as women continue to stray from the principles of love, nourishment, and truth, we will continue to experience a very vivacious mother wound, meaning vital in its strength. We don't need that. Due to the deterioration of Shakti memory, we have been rife with conflicts amongst ourselves as women. We have created chasms in the sacred relationship between mother and daughter, unwittingly, of course. A wound handed down from generation to generation that accounts for the deep fragility of the female wholeness. This has also created a huge divide in women's relationship to men, and therefore men's relationship to women and children. We need to heal. Women, we need to heal ourselves first and foremost. We need to create it ever so much easier for us to create the circle of women so that we can heal and understand our own largesse, our own gifts of the Shakti, as well as the Shakti power to heal and cure and remedy the wounds we carry, the maternal wounds we carry, the maternal power and the maternal wounds. And if we can outweigh our power to wound, we can certainly become the great Shakti ourselves, the goddess within, that help our men to heal. Because like that sperm needing the mitochondrial DNA, which is the maternal DNA, to wiggle itself directed to the egg, that directional movement created by mitochondrial DNA only. We are the mitochondrial DNA. We are the women. We are the Shakti beyond all the DNAs. And we need to be able to be the power in the head and tail of the sperm, of our men, not just their sperm, so that we can propel them forward in wholeness, so that we can prevent all of the symptoms, we can heal all the symptoms, narcissism, unabridged ambitions that destroy nature, destroy life itself, sexual aberrations, the demonizing of women, the imprisonment of our men, and the absolute discombobulation of our children. We need to heal. But first off, we need to heal the mother wound. Thank you for listening. This is Maya Tewari, wishing you a blessed day. Peace be your journey.